Blockchain and cryptocurrency have taken the world by storm, especially during the pandemic. These cutting-edge technologies have become a household name as people have turned to them for new ways to earn, transact, and trade online. The pandemic has accelerated their popularity and use, making them an integral part of our modern world. The potential applications of blockchain and cryptocurrency are endless, making them a technology worth exploring. Along with buzzwords like AI and robotics, blockchain and cryptocurrency are making a significant impact in the digital landscape. As we continue to explore the potential of technologies like blockchain and cryptocurrency, it's worth considering the bigger picture. Are we on the cusp of a technological utopia or dystopia? You may have heard these terms being thrown around, but not quite sure what they mean or how they work. We'll be breaking down the basics of blockchain and cryptocurrency and how they're being used in the world today. Stick with us and discover how this technology could potentially shape our future. Are you ready to learn more? Then, let's get started. Understanding the basics of blockchain technology. Blockchain technology is actually more than a decade old, but it has never been famous than today. Thanks to the boom of crypto, almost everyone now knows about it and probably have used and transacted over the blockchain. It was first used in October of 2008 by a person or an entity named Satoshi Nakamoto for the creation of Bitcoin as a response to the great financial crisis of 2008 and as a way for people to send money over the internet. Blockchain technology is a decentralized ledger that tracks records of transactions and assets. This technology accumulates the collection of digital information known as the blocks that is linked or being chained to the preceding block, forming what we call the blockchain, thus creating data in chronological order and a reversible timeline. Blockchain is an enormous ledger. It is public. Anyone can use it anytime, anywhere, as long as you're connected to the internet. This then allows people to send cash without the aid of a bank or any service provider. This means that blockchain technology have made it available for people to make secure and inexpensive means to make transactions by cutting third parties and overcome processing time of old-fashioned finance services such as the banks. How does blockchain work? Blockchain's process is quite simple. The first step would be when someone makes a request transaction. Usually the common ones are in a form of exchange of crypto coins, a trade, or a purchase of digital products such as art, audio, video, or game items. Now, that request will be in a form of a block, is broadcasted to a P2P network consisting of multiple computers scattered around the world, and they are called nodes. These nodes are designated to the next step, which is the validation and verification. The nodes will validate and verify the transaction using its algorithm to confirm the request and user status. Once past the verification, this new block of data is combined to the last block, thus creating a chain history of all the transactions that is permanent. However, if someone tries to send malicious requests or make an attack, the entire network serves as its security, as its function is to constantly review all the requests that will go through its process. After the block is successfully added to the ledger, it's permanent, it's irreversible, thus creating a transaction hash. It's a unique identifier that serves as a proof that the transaction is successfully validated and added to the blockchain. This is the power of immutability, as this eliminates any attempt of any unauthorized alterations in the ledger, making your network hack-proof and users can trust. What is cryptocurrency? As the world is becoming more digital, so does our assets. One of these digital assets are cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrency act as medium of exchange and stores value on the blockchain. Because of blockchain technology, cryptocurrencies do not only function as an encrypted monetary value but also acts as a global accounting system. Remember when you try to send money abroad or buy a money changer near you? They are almost the same as they take the rates, the date, time, and the amount the moment the exchange happen, but this time with the help of blockchain technology. It is decentralized, meaning cryptocurrency is not reliant or associated with any central authority such as the banks or government for maintenance. Since cryptocurrency is a digital asset, it has no physical form, thus it only exists in the network, and for that reason, if you have to use it, you have to have a crypto wallet. These wallets are your means to keep your encryption keys under the account that has access to your cryptocurrencies. This is the future of money. Types of blockchain networks. There are 4 main types of blockchain networks: public, private, hybrid, and permission. Each type has its own advantages and disadvantages. Public blockchains are decentralized and open to everyone. They can be used for peer-to-peer transactions and are not controlled by a central authority like banks or governments. Public blockchains are often used in apps like Bitcoin or Ethereum that allow users to make payments directly with each other without the need for an intermediary such as a bank or credit card company. Private blockchains are centralized, meaning there is only one master copy of their data and records, which are controlled by a single entity or group. Private blockchains can be used for organizations with strict data privacy requirements that want to keep their information secure from outside parties, who may try to access it by hacking through the system's security measures. For example, private blockchains could be used by companies that want to keep their customers' personal data separate from their own, without having to rely on third parties such as banks or credit card companies for access control purposes, which is what happens when using traditional banks. Hybrid blockchains combine both public and private elements within them so they can work as either type depending on who needs access at any given time. For example, a company may choose to run a public blockchain for its internal operations, but switch over to a private one when it needs to protect customer data. Consortium blockchain is known as decentralized autonomous organization. The consortium blockchain is an organization that works with others to create a shared database for the purpose of managing assets on its behalf, but without taking control over its operations itself. It's similar to how companies work together today, but without any single entity controlling everything, like they would if they were working together in person instead of virtually. This is a great way for companies to work together without having to worry about any one of them gaining too much power over the others or compromising their data security. Uses of blockchain. Blockchain technology is going to revolutionize industries like healthcare, finance, and government. The first application of blockchain in healthcare was with the Ethereum-based distributed healthcare platform MedRec, which launched in 2017. It was created to allow patients to exchange personal medical data for peer-reviewed treatment recommendations and reviews from other patients. Blockchain technology can help reduce fraud in finance by creating a secure ledger for transactions between banks and consumers or businesses. An example of this is R3's Corda platform, which allows financial institutions to share data securely and store it on their own systems instead of having it stored on someone else's server. Blockchain also makes it possible to keep track of real estate sales records without having to rely on third parties like companies or government agencies, which means more transparency and less risk for everyone involved. Before we continue with our topic, I wanted to take a moment to share with you my latest NFT art collection, inspired by Impressionism and available for a limited time only on OpenSea. I was inspired by the movement of Impressionism, which is known for its unique use of light, color, and movement that evokes a strong emotion. The Impressionist painter's approach is to capture the feeling of a moment rather than just depict it, and I wanted to bring that same sense of emotion and immediacy to these digital arts. Impressionism also reflects the fast-paced, digital world we are living in today, where things are constantly changing and the need to capture the present moment is crucial. This is why I believe Impressionism is still relevant in this generation. I am excited to offer my NFTs as a limited time opportunity for collectors. Each NFT is a digital representation of visually stunning artwork, inspired by the Impressionism movement. While they are verified on the blockchain and unique, I hope they will bring joy and a connection to art for the individual who owns it. They can be displayed on a digital wallet or in a virtual gallery, and it would be an honor to have my NFTs be a part of someone's collection. In addition to my NFTs, I also want to share with you my separate collection of digital art available on Gumroad. These are unique, high-quality digital products that I have carefully crafted to be not only visually stunning, but also to convey the same sense of emotion and immediacy as my NFTs. Each product is high quality and can be downloaded instantly after purchase. These digital arts are perfect for those who want to enjoy my art in a more traditional way and also to support my channel. You can find the link to my digital products in the description box below. So, whether you're a collector or just a lover of art, make sure to visit OpenSea or Gumroad and check out my NFTs and digital art collection. These are for sale and available for checkout. Thanks for your support, and I hope you enjoy my NFTs as much as I enjoyed the creative process behind it. And now, back to our topic. The pros and cons of using blockchain technology. Transparency. Blockchain is transparent. That means that everyone can see what's happening with the platform at all times, and they can also see who owns what and how many people are using it. This is a good thing for those who want to know more about what's going on in their favorite blockchain networks. But if you don't want to be seen or heard by anyone, then blockchain probably isn't for you. Security. First, blockchain is a distributed ledger, meaning there's no single point of failure. This means that if someone were to break into one of the nodes on the network and try to change information in the ledger, they would need to do that across all copies at once, and since each copy operates independently and is constantly syncing up with other copies, this can't be done. In fact, blockchain technology is so secure that it has been used as evidence in court cases where digital signatures were needed. Another feature that makes blockchain so secure is that there is no central administrator. Anyone on the network can verify transactions. The only way anyone can alter something in a block on their own chain would be if every node agreed to do so simultaneously, but consensus isn't guaranteed because each node may disagree with others about what should happen next. Finally, another reason why blockchain security is so strong comes down to how new blocks are created. By using cryptography techniques called hashing and encryption. Hashing allows for proof-of-work algorithms like mining by ensuring that new blocks are valid without requiring any extra work from miners or verifying parties. Encryption ensures data privacy by making sure only people who have access rights can see certain parts of those blocks' contents. Speed. One of the best things about blockchain is its speed. You can send or receive money in seconds, no matter where you are, and there's no need for third-party intermediaries. There's also no need to wait for confirmations or payment processing. Your transaction will be processed right away. If you're transferring funds across borders, this could make a big difference in how fast they arrive at their destination. And if you're sending them domestically instead, it could save both parties a ton of time by reducing the number of steps required to process a payment. Reduce transaction costs. As a result of the blockchain, you're able to transfer money to another person without needing a third party. This can be done instantly and without fees. With the use of digital currencies such as Bitcoin, you are able to make payments in real time without any transaction costs or delays. Blockchain technology is a powerful tool that can be used to solve a number of problems. However, there are also some disadvantages that should be considered before making any decisions regarding this technology. One of the biggest challenges companies face in adopting blockchain technology is that it is complex and difficult to understand. The technology has to be studied by the people implementing it, which means that if you are not tech savvy or have a strong department, then it may not be the right solution for you. Another disadvantage of blockchain is its regulatory implication. While some countries have embraced blockchain technology, others have not yet done so. There is still a lot of debate going on about whether or not blockchain should be regulated at all. But if it is regulated, then there will be certain rules that must be followed when creating a company on blockchain or using it as a payment method. Implementing changes can also be challenging due to the decentralized nature of blockchains. This means that any changes made on one side of the chain need to be replicated on all other sides as well, which can take time and cost money. Competing platforms exist as well, such as Ethereum and Neo, which are trying to challenge Bitcoin's dominance in this space by offering different services or features than Bitcoin does. Blockchain has become a very popular technology in recent years, and it has spawned many competing platforms. Some of these platforms have been created by large companies such as IBM, while others have been developed by smaller companies or even individuals. The fact that there are so many competing platforms means that it's difficult for businesses to choose which platform they should use when implementing blockchain technology into their business processes. Not only does this make it difficult for businesses to decide which platform to use, but it also makes it more difficult for them to collaborate with other businesses who may be using different platforms. Blockchain security and decentralization. Blockchain is a decentralized database that is duplicated across all nodes in a network. This means that no single point of failure exists, and the system can still function even if some nodes are down. Blockchain technology makes it possible to store data permanently and to ensure that it's not tampered with or corrupted. This makes blockchain ideal for storing data related to legal contracts, state identifications, and product inventory. However, it's not always possible to use blockchain for every type of application. For example, financial transactions are subject to strict regulations that may require centralization in order to comply with KYC, AML procedures. In order to understand how blockchain works, we first have to understand how Bitcoin works. Bitcoin is a form of digital money that exists purely in electronic form, allowing users to send Bitcoins directly from one person to another over the internet, without going through a bank or central authority like PayPal or Visa. A key feature behind Bitcoin is that all transactions are recorded in an open ledger called blockchain, which anyone can view, but cannot edit without permission from the owners of the records known as miners. This means that anyone can see who owns what amount of Bitcoins at any point in time, but they cannot determine who owns what unless they have access to their private keys, which they make very difficult for others. The transparency of a blockchain is defined by its ability to provide proof of existence, authenticity, and integrity. The lack of central authority on a blockchain means that all transactions are publicly visible. However, only the owner of a record can decrypt to reveal their identity using public-private key pair. This means that while the public can see what data is stored in the block, but they cannot see who submitted it or how it was encrypted. The 51% attack is a form of attack on cryptocurrencies whereby a single party acquires the majority of the hash rate in a cryptocurrency network. This allows them to control and manipulate transactions on the blockchain, allowing them to spend the same coins more than once, prevent confirmations, and reverse transactions. The most well-known examples of these are attacks on Bitcoin and Ethereum Classic. The 51% attack was first described in detail by Bitcoin developer Peter Todd in 2010. The ability to execute a 51% attack relies on being able to control more than half of the network's hash power. The attacker must have enough hashing power to control the longest chain of blocks, which would allow them to commit double spending attacks or revert transactions from earlier blocks. Blockchain decentralization is the concept of having a network of computers that are not controlled by any one individual. This creates a more secure, trustless system for transactions and data storage. The most common way to achieve this decentralization is through proof of work or proof of stake. Proof of work. Proof of work is based on a simple idea. The more resources you dedicate to calculating, the more likely you are to win. A miner's reward is proportional to their contribution in the form of blocks they find and add to the blockchain. This provides an incentive for people to use their computers to solve complex mathematical problems in order to get a reward. Users must prove that they did this work themselves and did not cheat by using somebody else's computer power or electricity. This process is called mining because it involves finding blocks that are chained together like links in a chain. The amount of work depends on what they are trying to achieve, as well as how much they need it. Some examples include Bitcoin's Hashcash and Ethereum's Ethash. Proof of stake. In proof-of-stake systems, instead of requiring miners to prove how much computing power they have allocated towards solving block puzzles, they need only prove how many coins they own, their state, in order to mine new blocks. This allows them to earn money without needing very expensive equipment like ASICs. Common questions about blockchain technology. As of 2022, there are over 15,000 public blockchains. The number of private blockchains is unknown, but estimated to be in the tens of thousands. Some public blockchains have millions of users. Others have only a few hundred users. Some blockchains are used solely by one company, while others are used by thousands of companies around the world. The majority of blockchain developers are working on private blockchains because private blockchains offer better performance and scalability than their public counterparts. To create applications on top of existing blockchain infrastructure, you need a blockchain platform that will enable your users and developers. This kind of platform can be used to build a wide variety of applications, including smart contracts, token issuance and exchange, social media, and gaming platforms. There are many blockchain platforms available today, but only a few offer powerful features that make them suitable for building complex projects. Blockchain platforms can be either public or private, decentralized or centralized. The most common examples for blockchain platforms are Ethereum and Hyperledger Fabric. While on the subject Hyperledger is an umbrella project of open-source blockchains and related tools. It started in December 2015 by the Linux Foundation. The Hyperledger project was built to support multiple different projects with different purposes, but all built on top of the Linux Foundation's existing Hyperledger Fabric platform. Hyperledger Fabric is a platform for building blockchain applications. Like other Hyperledger projects, it's hosted by the Linux Foundation under the governance of its Technical Steering Committee and is part of a broader family of enterprise-grade, open-source distributed ledger frameworks. The Hyperledger Fabric 1.0 was released on July 17, 2017 by IBM, Digital Asset and Block Apps. The future of cryptocurrencies and blockchain. The future of blockchain and cryptocurrencies is uncertain, but the pace of technology's evolution shows no sign of slowing down. The price of Bitcoin has risen more than 1,000% over the last year, but its meteoric rise has attracted many critics who are skeptical about whether it can last. While some experts believe that Bitcoin's fixed supply will appreciate over time, others are uncertain about cryptocurrency's future. Blockchain technology is also being used to solve other problems besides finance. For example, there are various efforts underway to use blockchains to manage smart contracts and track shipping containers across international borders. As we look ahead to the next decade, new technologies will continue to emerge and transform the way we live and work. The question is, where do cryptocurrencies fit into this future? Cryptocurrencies have come a long way since their introduction in 2009, but there are still many uncertainties about their future. Bitcoin, for example, is facing an internal debate over its scalability issues and how they can be resolved. Although there are other cryptocurrencies that are trying to solve these issues, there is no guarantee that any of them will succeed in doing so. Aside from scalability issues, another concern for Bitcoin is its fixed supply. The total number of Bitcoins in circulation is 21 million, which means that once all coins have been mined, there will be no further increase in supply, unless users start recycling their coins by selling them back into the market or purchasing new ones from miners who have created them through proof-of-work mining activities. This means that as time goes by, Bitcoins will become more valuable due to their limited supply. In the early days of computing, the prevailing wisdom was that computers would never be usable. They were enormous, expensive contraptions that only universities and the governments could afford to use. Nowadays, almost everyone in the world has access to a computer of some kind. The internet has become an essential part of our daily lives. Most people can't even remember what life was like before it came into being. Blockchain technology is developing so fast that it's difficult to keep up with all the changes. It has enormous potential, and no industry or company will want to be left behind. Whatever the case, blockchain should prove to be a fascinating topic for the coming decades. Of course, there will continue to be bumps in the road. However, blockchain has too much going for it to fail. As cryptocurrency becomes more mainstream, we can expect to see more developments and innovations in the space. Ultimately, it will become a key piece of technology in business operations, government affairs, and many other important areas. It's exciting to see where blockchain stands now and where it's headed in the future, as blockchain is maturing and moving past its status as the underlying technology of the popular cryptocurrency Bitcoin. Applying the technology to new and innovative uses will be exciting to watch as the years progress. It's highly likely that by 2024, we will see blockchain spreading into many areas of society, from travel to government. Blockchain technology and cryptocurrency are revolutionizing the way we conduct transactions and manage our digital assets. The decentralized nature of blockchain eliminates the need for intermediaries and provides a secure, transparent, and immutable platform for managing data and conducting transactions. The potential applications of blockchain technology are far-reaching, from healthcare and finance to government and real estate. It has the power to disrupt traditional systems and create new opportunities for innovation and growth. As the world becomes increasingly digital, it's clear that blockchain and cryptocurrency will play a significant role in shaping our future. The technology is still in its early stages, but its potential is undeniable. The adoption of blockchain and cryptocurrency is inevitable, and the future is bright for those who embrace this technology. It is not a matter of if, but when, and those who are ahead of the curve will be the ones to reap the benefits. If you guys enjoyed the video, please support my channel by smashing that notification bell icon so you get notified every time I upload a brand new video. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Be sure to check out my NFT art collection on OpenSea and my digital art on Gumroad so I can add a unique piece of art to your collection and to your life. That ends today's audio blog, guys. This is Daniel Cloud. Thank you for watching and see you on our next one. Bye!